not attempt to adjust your YouTube video. We control the stream.
There you go. That was it. Voila. Okay. Thank you for letting us know, Cartoon Underground. It has been a while, and I forget all the little settings that I'm supposed to check. And so what we were saying was that Vincent watches all this stuff, and he watches TikTok, and he hears things, and he heard that Superman was.
So let me actually say that.
Okay,
so.
Go ahead.
So leading up to us watching the movie, I saw a lot of things on TikTok and social media about this Superman being too woke. And I guess they're comparing that to all the other Supermen that were out there.
So I don't know.
But they're not nobody's explaining why he's woke.
The only thing that I saw, because you told me about that, so I was like, what are they talking about? So like I like to do a little research. So the only thing that I saw specifically wasn't something from within the movie. It was a comment that James Gunn made about Kal-El being an immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not from the United States. He's not from
alien.
America. He's not even from the planet.
Yeah.
So he was just saying, basically, he's an immigrant. He is literally an illegal alien, right? So then Dean Cain is the one who picked up on it, who has played a Superman before in Lois and Clark. And he was like, oh, you know, I used to like James Gunn. I was really excited because I was Superman and I wanted to see this. But now I can't put up with this woke Superman. And he called Superman woke, even though he really meant James Gunn's comment was woke. But what I thought was funny is the more I researched it and stuff, there is an actual episode. So they say, I haven't looked up the episode yet. I was going to look it up. I'm curious to see if this is true. But somebody said that there is an episode of Lois and Clark where a police officer asks Dean Cain to see his green card, and he says he does not have a green card, and so she says, the officer tells him that he's going to have to stay grounded until they can sort it out. Now, I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't remember.
It's been the 90s.
Yeah, since the 90s.
It's been since our 30-year-old was a kid, so I don't remember. But I'd be curious to look that up and see if that was true or not.
Yeah.
But as far as what woke means, like, I don't feel like being an immigrant is what it means to be woke, though. Like, what is your understanding of what it means to be woke?
Just kind of being the understanding of what's happening right now. Like, be that political, be that environmental, anything happening around the world that you're kind of in the know of what's happening.
See, and I guess my understanding of being woke was like you care for your fellow man no matter what the color of their skin is, no matter what their sexual affiliation is. Like, I felt like woke was some term that was used for those of us who believe that everybody should have rights and everybody should be treated equally. That was kind of my understanding of what woke was. So if you're saying that Superman is woke, well, yeah, see, Cartoon Underground says it's empathy for all people. Okay, well, isn't that kind of the whole point of Superman? Isn't the whole point of Superman to be woke? Empathy for everyone. He looks out for everyone. He wants to save everyone.
Well, yeah, right. He does.
So hasn't Superman, from the iteration of Superman, been woke then, if that's the case?
And we're going to go through a little journey today to kind of like show this happening since the 50s. So, I think it started from the very first Superman shows that came out in the 50s.
Who was also Reeves.
I think it was Reeve.
I thought his name was George Reeves. I don't know. But Reeve and Reeves and Reeves. So,
yeah.
The United States Treasury Department presents The Adventures of Superman. Morning, boys.
Good morning, Mr. Garwood.
I'd like you to meet Mr. Kent and Jimmy Olsen from the Planet.
Hi, fellas.
Mr. Kent, you're the friend of Superman, aren't you?
Well, we do keep in pretty close contact, yes.
Boy, if Superman would come over, I bet we'd really have a stamp day.
Well, I can't promise you anything, but it might be arranged.
The booth.
Hiya, boys and gals. There can only be one Superman, of course. Did you ever think about some of the super things that you can do for yourself? Well, like saving up the money for your own vacation, or for that new bike that you wanted so much. Well, all you have to do is just put away part of your allowance or your odd job money and put it in United States savings stamps at school. Those dimes, quarters, and dollars add up mighty fast, especially when you buy them every week on stamp day. Well, the first thing you know, you'll have enough for a savings bond, just like Dad buys for the payroll savings at work. And from then on, the sky's the limit. Take it from Superman. Your mom and dad will be plenty proud of you if you're learning to save regularly. And the teachers are on your team, too. They make sure of having savings stamps at school for you to buy and remind you when it is stamp day. And so, boys and girls, be super citizens and have a super future by saving regularly with United States savings stamps at school. And keep on making me and everyone else as proud of you as we are today.
Okay, so that was in the 1950s. That was George Reeves. So if you're talking about Superman not being political or politicized,
Right. I mean, that's propaganda right there. That
I mean,
was there at the beginning.
specifically says sponsored by the U.S. Treasury.
But even before this, and if you queue up 10,
Okay. Hold on.
we have a cover of a
Oh, yeah, Superman
Yeah.
and the Nazis. Yeah. That was definitely something that came about. A lot of these comics were, I mean, that was the whole point, was to take something that was so tragic and happening and so frightening in the world and take it and give these superheroes a spin to like kind of ease us
Right.
and make us feel a little bit better.
Superman was actually created by 2 Jewish men.
Cartoon Underground says, yes, he is woke because he cares for all people around the universe. So if that means I'm woke, then I guess I'm woke. Us too, man. We are super, we are pretty woke. So yeah, I mean, they're talking about, you know, Superman being politicized. Well, all the comics were politicized.
Oh yeah.
They all were. That
Because
was the point.
that was happening at the day.
Right. You're talking about what's happening currently. That any writer, anybody who does something is going to bring in their experiences. They're going to bring in what's happening in their world.
Right.
So yeah, if you're looking at the 1950s Superman and you're saying, okay, well back then, you know, all the actors were white, and back then that, yeah, because in the 1950s we still had segregation.
Yeah.
We haven't even left that part of us behind yet when you're looking at the 1950s. And if you go and watch some of it, it's very much like any of those other shows from the 50s. You know, everybody's buttoned up, they're all in their suits, the women all wear skirts all the time, the way they speak, like it's very 1950s.
Yeah, it is.
And that's okay, because that's how life was in the 1950s. That's how shows were made.
And this is the thing, and I've gone, I tried to go through the show without being political. I've tried not to be political throughout the years.
Yeah.
And I just feel at this point I'm going to be political because everything is so out of whack that.
Well, I just feel like people are trying to turn things political that don't necessarily need. I mean, people are going to have their political
Is
views.
MAGA looking for this time that they're saying make America great again? Is this the time that they're looking for to make it great too for them?
It seems like it. It does. It does seem like that 1950s.
So everybody's going to start dressing up in skirts, and everybody's going to wear skirts. Everybody's going to wear
Women need to have
hat.
their place. You know, men need to have their place. You know, you're looking at a watered down
Which
version
I don't mind dressing up.
of what
I
Andrew
have
Tate
nothing
wants.
wrong with that. I can do that and still look good.
But it's these certain roles that they expect us to have, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that was one of the things that Superman, I always felt, tried to do too, is you have this relationship between Superman and Lois. It's always there, right? And Lois is always like real plucky. She's that reporter. She's getting in there. She's in the nitty gritty. She's in the war zones. She's that reporter, right?
Right.
She has her own gumption and stuff. And yet Superman always feels the need to save her. And she does put herself in a lot of positions where he often does have to save her because but that's the writing, right? The writers write it that
But
way.
even back then, you had a strong female in that position with the first movie.
Yeah, when you're looking at the Lois with Christopher Reeve, she's not putting up with him.
Right.
She has tons of attitude. She is not putting up with him. She has none of his stuff. So if they're saying it's woke because the actress who was Mrs. Maisel, you know, kind of goes at Clark, you know, with her
Right.
interview skills and stuff, this is not the first time that we've seen a woman try to put, Lois specifically, try to put Clark in his place.
Right.
And say, hey, you're dodging some of the hard questions. You're not being honest with the people, you know. She's done that in more than one way.
Right.
You know.
She has.
And Clark has kind of not liked it in any of the iterations that she's done it to him, you know. So I don't know if that's what they mean by being woke, if it's because of her dynamic. I know a lot of, like, being woke came from, like,
But
jabs at Star Wars.
Margot Kidder's Lois Lane was like that.
Mm-hmm. That's what her
She
character
called him
is.
out all the time.
Yeah.
Made fun of him all the time.
Mm-hmm. But I wonder if, and I know some of this started with Star Wars, and people had a really hard time with people of other ethnicities being in these roles. They felt like they were trying to take away all the white actors and put all these other actors in there, or non-binary, or Asian, or black, or whatever.
Well, it started with that with Empire Strikes Back.
Because of Lando.
Because of Lando.
So let's look back at Christopher Reeve's Superman. This is, you're talking 1978 to, I think, like 1986,
which
or
was
something.
just after the first Star Wars.
Right.
Like a few years after.
Right. So we're talking about that. So let's go back and let's look at some of the clips from that.
Hey, Jim! Whoa! Excuse me. That's a bad outfit!
Okay, kids, it's all right now.
Hey, it's Superman!
Come on, Superman, kill him! Man, this is going to be good.
Thank you, brother. Superman.
Superman is nothing of the kind. I've discovered his weakness.
Yes.
He cares. He actually cares for these Earth people.
Like pets.
I suppose so.
Sentimental idiot.
È un gran miracolo.
È il mio lavoro, non fa niente. Arrivederci.
The threat of war and found a fragile peace. I thought I could give you all the gift of the freedom from war, but I was wrong. It's not mine to give. We're still a young planet. There are galaxies out there, other civilizations for us to meet, to learn from. What a brilliant future we could have. And there will be peace. There will be peace when the people of the world want it so badly that their governments will have no choice but to give it to them. I just wish you could all see the Earth the way that I see it. Because when you really look at it, it's just one world.
I mean, there you go. You have,
what's more woke than that?
you have the big speech at the end that's obviously woke. I mean, he's talking about peace. And I was trying to remember.
See, like in the first Superman movie, here's the one thing about that. Yeah, you see other people of color, but even back then, you saw him, but it was a pimp.
Right. I mean, there's somebody of color in the bus, and then there's people along the street, but then the guy with the trumpet who's kind of jazz-esque, right? It's a trope or whatever. So we see some of it, but it's coming. Again, it's coming along, right? We're changing as
the time goes by.
We're changing as the time is changing, and we're looking here in the late 70s, early 80s, and we're looking at like the possibility of, isn't that when there's the Cold War is happening, the Iran potential for the nuclear arms is happening, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not great at history and politics, but we're in that time zone.
Right.
We're looking at perhaps the Berlin Wall coming down eventually, right? So, here we are talking about peace, and all the peoples can come together.
Right.
And we're showing different ethnicities and different people. Yes, are we still predominantly white actors and actresses? Yes.
At this point,
yes, we are. That's where we're still at. We're still there. Are we not having
and we're just
any?
Just starting to like sprinkle in the actors.
Because, we're only about 10, 12 years past segregation, right?
Because this even happened before Star Wars and Star Trek. That was a whole other thing, that they were light years ahead where they should have been of where we are now, because they had the first interracial kiss in Star Trek, not the Next Generation, Star Trek.
Yeah.
And that was what, in the 60s?
I believe so, in the 60s, yeah. About that time when we're talking about segregation coming down and everything. So that's what good, in my opinion, that's what good television and movies does, right? They're at the forefront of what's happening in the world, and they're making a statement about what's happening in the world, right? So yes, in this new Superman movie, you see a group of people that looks like they are from the Middle East somewhere, and they are getting run over by another government, and Superman is trying to stop the war from happening.
Right.
But he just said, here he is in Superman in the 80s saying, I tried to give you peace. It's the same thing he's doing in 2025. I'm trying to give humanity peace so we can be together. Right? Because he sees us from a whole lens, because he's from a whole nother planet. So he sees us from this entire lens of being earthlings. He doesn't see us as these separate factions. So he just doesn't want any earthlings to get hurt.
Right.
Period.
Well, because in Superman 4, he eliminate everyone's nuclear missiles?
Yes.
Even though we don't talk about Superman 4? Because even Christopher Reeve hated it?
There's some hits and misses. What can I say?
Well, he just had played that for so long. I just think they gave him a lot of money for it.
Yeah.
They must have.
They must have. So he was like, I'll do it.
Okay.
Let's see, then I'm trying to remember what comes next in the iteration. I even put it on here.
So after that, I think in the 90s.
In the 90s, we have Lois and Clark,
We have Lois and Clark.
So here's Dean Cain. Again, I couldn't find anything super woke for Dean Cain. Well, so a lot of Lois and Clark, because it's named Lois and Clark, is just the relationship between Lois and Clark.
Right.
It's a specific look at Lois and Clark, not so much a specific look at Superman.
Right.
So there's a lot less.
But then again, with Lois and Clark, you have a strong Lois.
You do. And so in this little clip, I don't show Lois being strong, although she is. And that's Terry Hatcher.
Mm-hmm.
And she's played strong characters in other roles that she's been in. But in this one, I'm just trying to show some differentiation of ethnicity. So I'm trying to show how we're kind of bringing those characters forward a little bit, not much.
Down the street, someone's in trouble.
Deathstroke.
Superman. You know me?
Agent Rollins is a friend of mine. He'd better be alive.
What? Agent Rollins.
Oh, man. He was a good guy.
So that's it. I combed through a lot of stuff for Lois and Clark to try to show something, but it really is predominantly just their relationship together. Right. So there isn't a whole lot of that Superman vibe of him like saving a whole bunch of people or anything like that. So that one I didn't get a whole lot of wokeness, I guess, from it, or I didn't get a whole lot of integration of ethnicity or anything that was going on in that time. It was more of
But even if you look at Dean Cain himself, I'm pretty sure people got onto him because they didn't like that he was like not a all white guy.
Like him.
He's like Hawaiian. He has Asian.
Yeah. I don't know anything about the guy. I know back in the day, in the 90s, we liked it. We thought it was great just to have a Superman anything. I thought that he and Terry Hatcher played really well against each other, but it wasn't what I would think of, I guess what we think of now as like a superhero movie per se, or a superhero show. It was much less focused on the saving. It was kind of like back in the 90s, you used to have like Dallas and Falcon Crest and all of those kind of nighttime soap operas. It was more of like a nighttime soap opera. Yeah, that was kind of more of what it was like. So it was in the Superman universe, but not the same. Not the same.
Wasn't really good Superman stuff. But we watched it.
We did. So then what do we have next? Next is Superman Returns?
Superman Returns.
Is it Brandon Roth? Okay, let's see what we've got for that, because I really do forget what I put.
I can't believe you bet against your best friend.
Statistical fact. Clark moved any slower, he'd be extinct. So, anyone ask you to the dance?
Not yet.
Well, if nothing pans out with you-know-who, maybe you
Pete,
and...
do you want to take a commercial break from the soap opera in your head? I've told you 100 times, I'm not interested in Clark.
Your vehement denial has been duly noted. Hey, maybe you and I could go together. I mean, not as a date thing, more of a friend-friend thing.
Hi, guys.
But, didn't you just, weren't you...
I took a shortcut.
Through what, a black hole?
No, she must be sacrificed.
You get it? He is a messenger sent from the heavens.
I don't believe you.
Lois.
Oh, you better believe it. Because if you don't listen, he will strike down upon thee with great vengeance. And
Yeah, so it wasn't Superman Returns. It was
Sorry, that was Smallville. My bad.
It was actually Smallville that
I forgot
came
that
first.
Smallville came first. So this one again is a little bit different, right? It's a little more.
And this
focused.
is like before he becomes Superman.
This is more when he's like learning who he is as Superman. It's
and learning
more
his
like
powers.
his powers. It's more teenage angsty, kind of.
And a lot of there's a lot about his friends and the girls.
A lot about his friends. It's mostly the girls because you've got Lana, who I think, doesn't she like own Jitters, or Jitters burns down and then she becomes like the owner of it and kind of makes it into a coffee shop. And then the little blondie at the beginning, Zoe, I think was her name. I don't remember what her name was. She becomes like a big journalist and everything. Like
Chloe,
that's it.
Yeah.
And she's like all Scooby-Doo. They've got this
Yeah.
whole like Scooby-Doo
Scooby-Doo
vibe going.
there.
Yeah. So that whole show was very much more centered on the girls. And then you see when he finally finds Lois, there she is.
But that was a very woke show.
It was.
For its time,
For
too.
its time. They had interracial couples. They had the females were all the leads. You can see in that one scene where Lois stands in front of Clark because she knows that he's not healing properly. And so she's going to go to bat for him. She's going to use her words to kind of scare them away. And you see a little bit where it's like, oh, he started to heal and he knows like, hey, I'm going to back her up. But she's the kind of tiger, right? She's out there kind of going and getting him. And then if you looked really, really carefully in the last scene, you can see like a lesbian couple in there kissing.
Yeah.
So they kind of started to eke it in there, but you had to really look for it.
In the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to really... Well, that was early 2000.
No, early 2000s.
Early
yeah.
2000, yeah, early 2000.
It was because it was 2001. Yeah.
And you had to really kind of look for it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you're starting to see more ethnicities. Well, even in the Christopher Reeve one, you see in that scene that he goes in and he's in Italy, he speaks another language.
Mm-hmm.
He helps Catholics. Oh, heaven forbid. You know, so...
Because even though Catholics are Christians, too.
Right. That's a whole nother thing that we won't even get into right now. But to me, you've always seen all along, Superman is here for everyone.
Yeah.
No matter who you are, no matter what you are, no matter what you do, no matter what you think.
No matter where you're from.
He's here for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
He could destroy us like that. And that's part of the problem that he learns in this newest movie. Is his understanding is he's sent to help us, but he finds out that that's not the case.
Right.
And everybody realizes, hey, he could destroy us super easily.
Right.
And his dad, Jonathan Kent, tells him, it's about the choices that you make. It's, you know, we could just all destroy each other pretty easily, but it's who have you decided that you want to be, you know, not who other people are trying to make you believe,
right.
Not the sound bites that people are pushing at you, but who is it that you want to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess maybe that's also woke. I don't know. All right, let's see if I've got Brandon Roth next.
Yes.
What was I at? Was I at 4? Was I at 5? We'll see.
4.
If I'm at the
4.
wrong one, then I'll move to the next
Go to
one.
4.
No, 4. Okay.
Mannschaften vom Sicherheitsdienst eilen sich. Oh mein Gott, nein, sie fallen! Unglaublich!
Meine Damen und Herren, Superman.
Life is on every channel.
He was in Manila at 10:55 p.m. and then
Hey, Ken. He wants to see you.
Time for
Oh,
huge
thanks.
disasters. But as this security footage from a simple deli robbery proves, there's really no fate too big or too
Reports
small.
are flooding in
for
from
Man of
Metropolis,
Steel.
Houston, Gotham, and as far away as Cairo.
Satellites have proven most ineffective at tracking him. He might literally be moving near the speed of light.
L'intrépide Superman a encore sauvé la situation ce soir. Dans le petit village de Fairmont, il a étouffé le feu qui dévorait une maison et en a sauvé ses occupants d'une mort certaine. Ce soir, les pompiers ainsi
Oops, I forgot what button to push. I pushed the wrong cue up, but I got y'all there. And then I forgot to push. I'm getting there. So now we see Brandon Roth in Superman Returns. And you just see, he's for everyone. We see the news, and he's on every channel for every country.
Right.
He's there for everyone. He flies to other countries. He helps people everywhere. That's the point.
There's a complete point of he was there as our protector.
For all of us.
For all of us.
For all of us.
Yeah.
No matter what. No matter what. Like even in the new movie where he's intimidating the president of the opposing country, again, he could obliterate that guy. And he doesn't. He's not super sweet with him. He does have a stern talking to, but he doesn't hurt him.
Right.
He doesn't do anything to hurt him. He's not out to hurt people. But then we're going to begin to see through these next...
Which is kind of like the whole thing around the comics is like Superman doesn't typically kill anybody.
Well, and that was some of the fussing that people did about Henry Cavill's first Superman, was because there was so much destruction. And they were like, oh, Superman wouldn't cause that much destruction. I cut out a lot of this stuff, but let me tell you, in every single Superman and in every comic, there is a ton of destruction.
Yeah.
Does he do everything he possibly can to make sure that people aren't getting harmed? Yes. Do people sometimes still get harmed? Yes, because he's only one dude. You know?
But I think you see it more in this movie.
Yeah, you see it even in this new movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of destruction. It's not any more than
But
the Henry Cavill.
you see him try to prevent things even more. And I think that's one of the things that people griped about, and they try to do something about it, but does that make it woke too?
Right.
Because he helped people?
'Cause he helps
Is that
people.
a bad thing to help people?
So what we're going to see coming up in these next few iterations of Superman, we're going to see an animated one, a show, and then we're going to see, Henry Cavill's movies. What you're going to see coming up in these...
I can't read that. What is it?
And it's a
Is it
different language that I don't speak, yeah. I'm so sorry, I don't speak that language. We're going to see Superman start to challenge the government.
Right.
So again, I think a lot of people nowadays, they don't want us to challenge the government, which is basically it is an American right. It is an American right to challenge the government. So now we're going to see Superman, and he's going to challenge the government.
All right. You've got our attention. What is it you want?
I would like to speak to Lois Lane.
What makes you think she's here?
Don't play games with me, General. I'll surrender. But only if you guarantee Lois's freedom.
Sir?
Hi. My name is Dr.
Emil Hamilton. I know. I can see your ID tag in your breast pocket.
Along with a half-eaten roll of wintergreen lifesavers.
You can also see the squad of soldiers in the next room, preparing that tranquilizing agent of yours.
You won't need it.
Sir, you can't expect us to not take precautions. You could be carrying some kind of alien pathogen.
Been here for 33 years, Doctor. Haven't infected anyone yet.
That you know of. We have legitimate security concerns. Now, you've revealed your identity in Miss Lane over there. Why won't you do the same with us?
Let's put our cards on the table here, General.
You're scared of me because you can't control me. You don't. And you never will. But that doesn't mean I'm your enemy.
You're scared of me because you can't control me.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, and you never will, but that doesn't mean I'm your enemy. I think that is a big thing that we need to learn.
And that's playing
in this
out
country.
right now in this country.
Yeah, I think it's a big thing that we need to learn. I don't have to believe the same thing that you do. I don't have to agree with the same thing you do, but you do not control me. You do not own me, but that doesn't mean we can't be friends. That doesn't mean we can't be cordial. That doesn't mean that we can't be on the same side and want what's best for America.
Right.
It doesn't. So then we're going to see an animated version that's going to show us, again, it's about Superman getting involved in the different wars.
Right.
And this one seems even more relevant now than it did when it was created, although it was created in 2021, so it's not too far away, but you'll see.
Take him out! I am calling an immediate worldwide ceasefire. All hostilities will stop, or I will stop them. It's over. Mr. President, I'd like a word.
You have no right! I'm their leader!
Not anymore.
You can't do this!
Yes, I can. I realize that now. You agree to these terms, or they will be agreed to for you.
And that's when the Boy Scout crashed our tea party. Afterwards, he swept the sky clean of every drone we had in the theater. What he was doing is fighting against the U.S. military. That's called treason.
And that's called treason because he wants to save people's lives. It's called treason. And then if you're paying attention, you'll see the flags behind the two military men that he's forcing to sign a treaty. So
Israel and Iran.
It's pretty relevant.
Yeah.
Pretty relevant.
And that one came out when?
2021.
2021.
Mm-hmm.
So just at the beginning
and
of
again,
the conflict over
all
there.
he wants to do is prevent loss of life. Which
Well, not at the beginning, because this has been going on for decades.
No, but I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of this current iteration.
Yes.
At the beginning of this current iteration of...
Right. But it's always been what he's wanted, right?
Right.
I was going to say, just a little aside from the wokeness and everything. Can we talk about how DC has the best animated stuff ever? Like...
Yeah.
I love their animated stuff so much.
Really good.
So, it says our stream has been temporarily blocked because they detected a video belonging to someone else. And now it says stream unavailable. Do you think they've really blocked us?
Yeah.
So we can't go on?
I don't know.
I've never seen this happen before. Let's see. It says content ID matching. It automatically generates claims against others' uploaded content that match portions of your reference files.
Is there any way that we can...
No, the people that we borrowed the video from have to do it. But it seems like we can still hear, it looks like the time is still going.
Yeah, but it's not being shown on there.
No. It just says stream unavailable.
It's back, I think.
I still see.
It's back.
Oh, okay. It's no longer being blocked. Okay. So
So we got blocked for a tiny little bit.
we got blocked. I guess we got canceled because we were too woke. Okay, so we're back. So Papa Smurf says that was an alternate reality Superman clip.
Yeah, but it's still something that
But it's still
aired.
Superman, right? Alternate reality, alternate universe. It's still Superman is Superman is Superman, right? Even when we have
all of
bad
these Supermans are different
universes, they're
different
different
universes,
realities.
yeah.
Yeah, they're different timelines. So it's all different. So anyways, what we were saying, I don't know if y'all heard what we were saying, but DC can like give you the best animated, like if you
Right.
can go watch every freaking DC animated thing, like talk about woke, watch the Harley Quinn, Harley and Ivy, the
That's
new
funny.
one is funny, but they're so gay, but it's so funny. Kite
Man,
Man is hilarious,
funny.
like super funny. So just as an aside, go watch all of the DC animated stuff
But
because
even the shows are great too.
fantastic.
Even the live action shows are great.
They're pretty good. They're pretty decent. I think the animated is so much better, but that's
And then
just
we're
a me.
never gonna get Supergirl. Or Supergirl, Batgirl.
Batgirl.
A whole movie that was shot that we'll
That
never
we'll never
see.
see. It's crazy. So then the next queue up that we have is probably going to get us banned as well. We'll see. So this is from Superman and Lois. So this
Right.
is 2004. Again, it's more of Superman as a family man, but Lois's dad is in the military, and so they have quite the struggle between them. So we're going to see where Superman goes up against the U.S. military and he says, hey, y'all are not doing that. Like, you guys think that this is how you're going to handle this and you're just going to kill this person. Well, I'm not going to let you do that. Okay, so we'll check that out.
Take him out!
Stand down.
No, he didn't try to hurt me.
Those won't be necessary. You're not going to be alone anymore, okay? I promise.
So that's a metahuman. If you hadn't seen like the whole episode, you might not know. But he's a metahuman, had been captured and treated poorly by the government. A lot of the times we see in these stories, these superhero stories, the government is the bad guy. They're taking all of these aliens, these metahumans and stuff, and they're doing all kinds of things to them. I mean, even if you look at X-Men and what they did to Logan, like you see that the government tends to be nefarious.
And all these shows are showing this stuff that's happening right now with our government today. So it's ridiculous. I was like, we as a people of America aren't learning from the different moral stories that are being taught to us
over and
and shown to us. I
Over
was
and
like,
over.
people are already foreseeing what's happening before it's happening.
Yeah. And we don't want to learn. So we've talked about all of this wokeness throughout the iterations of Superman, whatever that means. Basically, Superman is for everyone. So this last clip we have is going to be the trailer for the newest movie. So one of the things that we like to talk about movies, aside from political stuff, one of the things that we really liked about this movie is the trailer didn't give the whole movie away. We've had that problem with a lot of other movies.
But didn't it feel like it did?
When you first see the trailer, you think, oh, well, I've seen it. But once you see the movie,
no.
The trailer doesn't give everything away.
It doesn't give anything away.
But it does show you some things about it. So why don't we watch the trailer and see what everybody thinks, okay?
Crypto. Home. Take me home.
Superman.
No, that was the original one, just the trailer, the way it was. But maybe it was on like somebody else's channel or something rather than the official trailer. I thought it was the official trailer, but I don't know, maybe it wasn't. So
Just let us talk.
yeah, we're almost done. Nothing yet.
It took a little bit
Last time.
last time.
I thought I mean, it says in the thing that, like, usually if it's trailers and stuff, that it's not usually blocked because you're reviewing the movie. It's not like we took video in the theater. Oh, it's no longer being blocked due to copyright issues. It just might take it a minute or two to get back up. So I don't know when they blocked it, if they blocked it during the...
And we're back.
Are we? You can see us now. Okay. I'm a little bit behind what's going on, so I don't see it as quickly as you do. So I don't know how much of the trailer you guys got to see, but you can go Google it and see the trailer. But it basically shows him after he gets his butt kicked. Mm-hmm. It shows him with Crypto, which I will say, if you've stayed around this long, I'm sorry, but we're ruining the movie for you. You know, in that scene, you think that Crypto's a good dog. Crypto is a bad dog.
Well, the dog is actually James Gunn's dog.
Is he really?
That they
CGI'd
him white.
He's a cute dog, but he's a naughty dog.
Yeah, he's a naughty dog.
Superman has not taught him anything. He does not know how to behave. That's funny that I say naughty dog and ours puts his head up and goes, "Are you talking to me?" But it's real funny. Like, he's the comedic relief in the movie, right? So I think we're gonna have to do a whole nother show about what the movie itself was like, because we did enjoy it. Vince obviously enjoyed it more than I did. Yeah. So we've talked a lot about just Superman in general being woke. So we will have to do another show for y'all about it. But it's definitely a James Gunn movie. Mm-hmm. It definitely is like, here's all these people with different ethnicities. Here's Superman going against what the government wants. It's really all stuff that we've seen before. So I don't know why it's woke, because if you know anything about the history of Superman, it's really all stuff that we've seen before.
Yeah.
So
and
that's kind of what we wanted
I guess to them, woke is being like a good person.
I guess.
And doing good deeds.
I guess.
Is woke.
But that was basically
because it's socialism, right? Because that's bad.
Yeah. But that was basically what we wanted to show you in this was
sarcasm.
What we really wanted to show you in this was, this is who Superman is. This is who Superman has always been. Superman questions the government. Superman gets involved. Superman wants to take care of humanity, right? This is just who Superman is, period. And if you haven't known that, then maybe you don't know anything about Superman at all.
Right.
So you're watching a movie that you know nothing, and I don't know where Dean Cain's even coming from, because he was Superman, so he should know better.
Yeah.
He should know better.
He should, but he's not. But thanks for checking this out. Sorry for the technical issues at the beginning and us getting violations in the middle of it, and then them being released in the middle of our stream. But thanks for checking us out. Had a lot of fun. I'm Vince.
And I'm Colleen.
Geek out, say.